Hello there, a very good afternoon here in Uganda and good morning wherever you're watching New Vision TV online. This is the music review with me, Joseph Batte. And yes, independence is just around the corner. We are in the mode. We're talking about the politics of Uganda for the last 55 years. How about the music? How about music? What is the history of Uganda's music? Where have we been? Where have we gone? Where are we going? And with the state of Uganda's music as it is today, vis-a-vis back in the day. Today with me is a gentleman that I admire so much. He's one of the person I read his stories so much. You may know him as a journalist. That is Mr. Joachim Buembo, one of my favorite writers. But there's something that you didn't know about Mr. Joachim Buembo. He's an ardent music fan and has been following Uganda's music for the last, I don't know how many years. Mr. Buembo. Yes, welcome to the show.
Yes, Bwana. How are you?
I'm okay, Sebo. Good to have you on New Vision TV Music Review online, Mr. Buembo. Today it is music. We're going to talk about music, basically.
Only
but
music.
If only music, no politics, nothing. But if I'm to take you back in time, just this is off the cuff. How would you categorize, or how would you break the period of Uganda, the growth of Uganda's music? In what period? How would you break it down?
I think we can say Uganda music has developed in
How many
four phases.
Okay, 4 phases.
Four phases. There is the period just before independence, and a few years after independence.
Okay.
We can go into detail of that. That was up to the 60s, late 50s and the 60s.
Okay.
Early 60s. Then we have the period of the late 60s.
Okay.
Into the 70s.
Okay.
Very early 70s. That is a very distinct season.
Okay.
After that, we have the golden age of Ugandan music. Those are the 70s.
Okay.
Up to the early 80s. If that would be the third phase, then the fourth phase comes the 80s up to the 90s. That is the fourth phase.
Oh, that's the fourth phase, okay.
But Uganda did not end in the 90s. Why do I say four phases then? After the 90s, we have music in the global digital village, or the digital noise, digital and all that. But but the real phases of, well, let me say it's no longer purely Ugandan. But the Ugandan music stops around the mid-90s.
The mid-90s. Wow.
That is the fourth phase.
Okay.
So the phases I'm interested in talking about.
Okay.
The fifth is now, and it is also has its very good aspects, which I talk about. We'll talk and very good people, some talented people, and other committed people. But the four phases, which are so fascinating, they end in the mid-90s.
In the mid-90s. Okay, fine. We will take you back we'll start from the beginning. And this is a discussion. According to me, according to my findings, I think if we talk about Uganda's popular music, the first recordings of Uganda's music, I was listening to somebody came, I actually traveled all the way from South Africa in a van, mobile recording studio in Zongo, and recorded some of the music. And what is so interesting is that the very, very first recordings of the Uganda's music that was put on, like on tape or on record or vinyl, was traditional music. Busoga had its own, Buganda had its own. Now some of that music is no longer there. Some of the styles are no longer there. Now we come to in my view, like the first Kadokawa song. What can you tell me about the one?
Well, it's very good that you specified and said recording. So we're talking about recorded music.
Yeah, recorded music.
Otherwise, Ugandan music was there even before
the Zungus came.
Before Uganda was created in 1900 by the British. So, but recorded music is the one we can comment about because we have it.
Yeah, because we have
we can access it somehow. And but you talked about traditional music and you mentioned soga music. So I don't know, there was a song called the Kitovero, which even survives to date. It's being redone and modernized and so on. It just comes to mind. But I think the first real serious organized music started with Kadokawa. And what many people may not know, that even this Elly Wamala, whom we know as real, many of us think of Elly Wamala, the very modern, digital version of it. But I think we start with Elly Wamala. And you may jog my memory. What is Elly Wamala's first song in the 50s?
Actually, the first song that he recorded was Nabutono, 1957. Nabutono happened to be Nabutono
and I think most people know that as an Afrigo song.
An Afrigo song. What Moses might have told me about that song is that he went and asked for permission. Actually, I have the original recording of Nabutono, of Elly Wamala's Nabutono. Yes. But what can you tell me about Elly Wamala? The man.
Well, Elly Wamala, first of all, I could say I was privileged to become his friend in the last years of his life. And he even taught me very briefly in a personal few minutes training, how do you say to enjoy in English okuwomerwa music? Not okunyumirwa. But he taught me okuwomerwa music. And he gave me a few techniques of how we can use it. But
what can you tell? What are the techniques? What did he tell you?
He taught me how to follow instrument by instrument. Tune your ear to one instrument up to the end, or to one of the different keys of the vocalist. But
that's interesting. That's very insightful.
Try that, and
I will try it.
Even a song you've heard so many times, you will hear it in a different way. That's what Elly Wamala would say, okuwomerwa music.
Okuwomerwa music. Each instrument.
But Elly Wamala himself, I think the thing about Elly Wamala, what I can say is that when he did his recording, Nabutono and so on, one song I know about is May. And yes, Nabutono as well, because the king by then, the Kabaka, was so impressed that he would call Elly Wamala to perform for him at Bamunanika. Now, Mengo is the official palace. Bamunanika was the residence. When he's doing his thing, not the state. So, where a singer who can impress, we are talking about royalty. Not like today when some Kampala tycoon of Kwagalana stuffs money maybe in a brazier of a female singer. That's not appreciation. That's
not appreciation. That's showing off.
Just someone who got money. But royalty.
The king.
Say, successor of an unbroken dynasty of 600 years. He was impressed by Elly Wamala. I hope you can play us a real Nabutono and May Tontunulira. And maybe then the modern versions of Elly Wamala and Afrigo.
You got it. Now let me just sample you or play for you some of the songs that Mr. Bomba has been asking you, especially Nabutono. Others, May Tontunulira, Kadokawa. I have a lot of classics, and these are some of them. So enjoy. We shall meet again in the next episode. In the next episode, we are going to talk about the coming of the Congolese, I think. They came in the 50s now. Who were the people? How did they come here? That is something worth sitting and listening to and watching. You're watching New Vision TV Online. I'm Joseph Batte signing out, saying bye-bye.
Buli wendaga me nolondolanze zenina owange mutono muwanvu buli lwava wendi bambe siterera ologwe meyi kunonoze koki malagale kame teri magezi kana kakawalya kawanyana
akana kata kawumbefu bato banne bako be balwana kawanya nako nga katasa oyagala okulaba ebirungi ojjanga ne kutwala gwe n'olaba akana kakawali akawanyana akana kata kawumbefu
sijja kutuula ndi mbwangu waliwo akantu kokendese kavudde wa mukwano